Hi guys, it's the Covert Crow, and welcome. It's that time of year, it's the summer of 2020, and it's time for the state of my collection. So let's get into her. It all started, my first quality piece, as I've covered off before in a previous video, my 37mm tag Heuer chronograph, stainless steel with bracelet. It's just fantastic. It's got a quartz movement, it's lasted 24 years. And it doesn't owe me a single thing. It's got 200-meter water resistance, and I mean, I can have this on any time of the day. I can go to my business meeting and come home and jump in the pool and no issues. So like I mentioned in previous videos, I'll probably have this for the rest of my life and hand it down to one of my kids. So we'll start with that one. Don't mind in the background, that's the legend, Bob Marley. And we'll go to the next one, and it is my 44mm Citizen EcoDrive chronograph. I've had this for a number of years, ever since they came out with this EcoDrive technology. I mean, what more can you ask for? A watch that transfers light and solar power into energy. So I haven't had to put a battery in this at all. It's been it also doesn't owe me a thing. I've had it for quite a long time, and I just love it. The subdials are great, yeah, it's also something that may be going to one of my children at some point. Most of the watches have some sort of story to them, or specific reason why I picked them up. The next one here is my GEVRIL TRIBECA quartz chronograph, 42mm, screw down pushers, 100-meter water resistance. I think you can all see where the inspiration for GEVRIL's TRIBECA comes from, as it does look quite a lot like a Speedy. Of course, a lot more affordable. But yeah, kind of a homage to the Speedy, but very nice watch. And as you can see so far, I've shown you a couple of chronographs, and this is a third now. So I do have an appreciation for tool or utilitarian style watches. But yeah, it's great. It can be worn for a number of different occasions, and it just has a very appealing look to it. The next one, dear to my heart, this is my TISSOT T-Race chronograph, quartz movement, 45mm. I refer to this as my cruise watch. So while I was in the Bahamas on vacation on a cruise, my girlfriend spotted this in the window of the jewelry store and said, "Oh wow, that would look great on your wrist." So needless to say, we went in, we tried her on, and the rest is history. She's in the collection. So I just love the rubber band as well, and how it accessorizes and matches the hands of the watch as well with that black and stainless steel. You can't go wrong. A very sporty piece, yet still could be classy and pulled off with some casual wear as well. And the next one is my trusty SEIKO 5 sub automatic. She's great. I love it. I refer to it as my beater. I wear it for a number of different reasons, whether I'm doing yard work, whether I'm hanging out in the backyard, swimming in the pool, whatever the reason. It could be on my wrist for a number of them, but it's reliable, it's affordable. It's got a 100-meter water resistance, and it runs on the JS26 movement. So yeah, I mean, it's great. It's one of those watches where you never get bored of it, and you can dress it up with any type of NATO strap. As you can see, I have a NATO strap on here now. So. And while we're on the topic of the subs, A special treat that I have here, kind of from a micro brand. This is the Dan Henry 40mm compression sub. I was really attracted to this one once I saw the review and read about it there, and understood it has that compressor style crown technology built into it here. So it does have a screw down crown here at the bottom, and then the top one is for the interior bezel movement. Unlike some of the other subs that have exterior, this is the interior movement, so it's really awesome and very unique and specific to this design. So, and if you go into the water and go under, the water pressure compresses it so it doesn't have to be screwed down. I enjoy that technology, and once again another tool watch. So yeah, it is what it is. I like them, and they suit me just fine. So, and that'll be in my collection for a while, I'm sure. And it's also on a NATO, Bond NATO right now. The next watch I have here is one of my favorites. It is the Hamilton KHAKI 44mm officer's watch. Like I said, I like the utilitarian and tool style watch. This is from the military, and I grabbed this one kind of to support my son, who's also in the military. So if I go, my son will get this one for sure. But it's great, very simple. Got the numbers and 24-hour in the dial as well for military time, which is great. It runs on the H10 automatic movement, and it has 100 meter water resistance. So yeah, I really enjoy it, and I've got it on the Aviator NATO style strap, so it's great. That next is one of my favorites. This is the GLYCINE AIRMAN. I've also done another video showcasing this piece. It's the 44-meter World Timer GMT, model GL0055. It's automatic. It runs on the GL293 movement and has GMT capabilities to track 3 time zones and offers 100 meters of water resistance. I love it. I can use it for work and play. I often have to know what the time is in the UK as well as out west in California compared to our local time in New York, so that's great, and it's very functional. Not only that, it looks awesome with those syringe hands and that very unique GMT hand here at the bottom. It's on the vintage Bond NATO at this time, but obviously we can swap that out any time, so I just love that. And next I have up is one of my favorites. I use this as my casual / dress piece. This is the JUNGHANS Max Bill CHRONOSCOPE 40mm automatic. Runs on the J880.2 movement or the modified ETA 7750. But it is awesome. As you can see, it's very simple but elegant and classy, and has a sporty touch as well, having the chronograph. Once again, as you can see, I have the sportiness and tool complications in my timepieces. So I love it. The only downfall is that it's only about 30 to 50 meters water resistance, but really I'm not going to be jumping into the pool with this one on. I will save this for when I'm working or going on casual dinners, or when I'm just wanting to relax and have a classy sporty timepiece on. And my next piece is my most recent pickup. This is the Liv Genesis P51 chronograph, 46mm. It's titanium and ceramic, limited edition. This is number 480 of 500. I love the homage to the P-51 Mustang fighter planes from World War II, and the subdials there that look like the aviation cockpit dials of an airplane. It truly is great. It has the chronograph as well, with very distinct pushers and day-date complication. I love the leather strap as well. It's silky smooth and soft, and it's very comfortable to wear despite its size. I usually wear about 40 to 44 millimeters, but I made an exception for this piece because it's an Aviator Special Edition and limited as well. So coming in at 46, but it still looks just fine on my wrist. And lastly but not least, one of my favorite pieces of all time, dear to my heart and won't be going anywhere, TUDOR Black Bay GMT. Once again, a tool watch with complication, a date, and the ability to monitor 2 time zones, in which case I can see at any moment the current time in New York, and as well as the GMT time for California, 3 hours behind us. But just the 2-tone bezel is fabulous. What can I say? You all know what's going on with TUDOR. It's just a fantastic timepiece. It has a 200-meter water resistance. It runs on the automatic MT5652 movement, and yeah, it's awesome. And this is definitely going to be going to one of my children if I pass. So a great way to round out the status of my collection, and of course all of these timepieces share a significant amount of time on my wrist. So there you have it. That is it. That is the state of my collection as we know it today, summer of 2020. How exciting is that? Now you're probably wondering, where do I go from here? I can tell you right now that I have 2 significant watches that are the holy grails that I want to get in the future, but obviously with budgets and everything you have to kind of wait and be patient about that. But I will cover that as well. The first is the Panerai Luminaire 44 millimeter, and the second, I was a big fan of James Bond growing up. The Spy Who Loved Me was the first one I saw back in '77, and I wanted to get the birth year for my Rolex when I do have the opportunity to get one, and it is the Rolex Submariner 5513. I'll flash a picture up there for you so you see it and you'll recognize it. It's also covered in the book A Man and His Watch. There's a great story about it as well. Yeah, that's those 2 watches are the ones that I'll be looking to save my money for in the near future. So that's it. That's the state of my collection for summer 2020. This is the Covert Crow, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye now.